I will not fear bad news. My heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Hi, I'm Sue, and this is my story of facing cancer with God's help. Really, my story starts last December when I was aware of something in my life that was holding me back from enjoying God in the way that I wanted to. And I had some deliverance ministry. Afterwards, I had a real new sense of how much God loved me and a new freedom in my relationship with Him. And I now know in hindsight that that was a preparation for meeting a diagnosis of cancer that was to come in January. I started to have tests in the January and it was diagnosed that I had rectal cancer. That was a huge shock, but I really leant on the Lord, and one day when I was reading my Bible, God led me to Psalm 112. And that verse was just as if God was speaking to me, and it was so meaningful. And it says, I will not fear bad news. My heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. And I really leant on that verse for then this diagnosis and the journey that I knew I'd have to make. So we went off in March to Clatterbridge. Howard came with me, of course, my husband, and it was really a very exciting time, as well as being sort of difficult. It was really strange, but all the time we knew God's presence with us. We stayed in a guest house there, and I started my treatment of chemotherapy and radiotherapy. We were only 5 days into that when the whole COVID-19 lockdown came into place, which made the whole thing really difficult. I was wondering whether my treatment would continue, which it did. There were concerns about our digs because everywhere was closed down. Hotels, guest houses were all closed down, restaurants were closed down. So it became very worrying for us. But our landlady, she was a gift really from God because she was so willing and able to have us. We were the only guests there, and she was extremely kind to us. The treatment went really well. I had no side effects whatsoever, which was amazing. I really was remarkably well during the whole of my treatment. Because of the lockdown restrictions, we had to stay in our bedroom, and we spent many hours in this bedroom. But you know, God gave us a real sense of contentment in that situation. We didn't find it difficult at all. It was remarkable. We returned after 5.5 weeks of treatment. All the time we were away having treatment, and during the lockdown, I was so aware of God carrying me, of going before me, of giving me His peace, of a calmness. I could never ever have traveled this journey, this cancer journey, without God. My church really stood by me, prayed for me, supported me. July the 14th, I had major surgery to remove part of my colon and rectum, and recovering with a sense of joy because I am now cancer-free, which is wonderful and remarkable. And I thank God for His healing, for His part in this, and for that miracle. Trusting and leaning on God is so important. In my experience, it's what carried me through this. I am very thankful to God. Amen.